Pupus, hors d'oeuvres, tapas, antojitos, amuse-bouche, antipasti, or appetizers. It's clear that the world over, we love our snacks before dinner, and sometimes even for dinner. Our pre-dinner snacks can be as simple and sublime as chips and salsa, or as forgettable as, well, I can't remember. But the simple course is a significant part of our dining experience, and we ought to have a great beer to go with. We need a beer that will set the stage for a great experience and not close the curtain. I'm Jeremy Storton. I'm an Advanced Cicerone and host of the Good Beer Matters podcast. I've partnered with BrewDB to bring you A Taste of BrewKnowledge. A Taste of BrewKnowledge is a series of videos to help you cook with and pair great beer with excellent food. In this video, we're going to pair beer and some amazing appetizers. Spanakopita and Gosa. Spanakopita is a delight from Greece. Flaky and buttery phyllo dough is stuffed with spinach and briny feta cheese. Typically, when enjoying Greek or Mediterranean food, I crave something bold and refreshing. A German Gosa is perfect. The delicate salt is a flavor enhancer and connects with the briny feta. The acidity of the beer contrasts the butter and the savoriness while it preps the palate for the next bite. Gazpacho and a British porter. Gazpacho is an Iberian soup made from tomatoes and veggies. It's also perfect for a warm day snack because this soup is served cold. I love a British porter with this because it adds a delicious balance of sweet nuttiness and light roast that you don't realize is missing from the soup until you put them together. Pupusas and a lager with lime and salt. Pupusas are essentially corn cakes filled with meat and cheese from El Salvador. If a quesadilla and a tamale had a love child, it would be a pupusa. They're savory and really satisfying. Delicious food like this begs for a light and refreshing lager, especially if you're in the tropics. However, a lager brewed with a touch of lime and salt adds a finishing touch that enhances the flavor, the refreshment, and the experience. Cheese bread and a dunkel. If you're like me, you dream about cheesy bread. A German dunkel is a nutty and chocolatey brown lager that bridges with the bread. The cheese takes it to a savory and fatty place, while the nutty and chocolatey sweetness balances the flavors. Meanwhile, the carbonation resets the palate for the next go-round. Fondue and an IPA. Fondue is a gift from the Swiss. It's comprised of melted alpine cheese mixed with a touch of wine or beer. Not only is this a delicious snack, but it's fun to sit around a communal pot dipping an assortment of meats, veggies, fruits, breads, and more. A German lager is intuitive here, but for fun, let's enjoy a dry-hopped or fresh-hopped IPA. The malt will lay a sweet foundation for the cheese, while the hop flavor adds additional herbal seasoning. Baked camembert and a triple. Camembert cheese is creamy and buttery like brie, but with an earthy mushroom overtone. When we bake it inside a bready covering and top it with things like dried apricots, it becomes a tantalizing treat that checks all the boxes. A Belgian triple adds a strong counterpoint to this dish with alcohol to match the intensity and hops and phenols to balance flavors and make it even more interesting. Charcuterie and cheese and an American wild ale. Cheese and charcuterie with the additions of nuts, olives, and dried fruit make for an easy appetizer or even a meal if you ask me. The combinations are endless. There are a lot of beers that will work here, but I want to share my absolute joy that is cheese and charcuterie with an American wild ale. The flavors can run the gamut of funky to fruity. The flavors also end up being wonderfully complex for when I want to think about them, but they can also just be delicious for when I don't. When in doubt, this is one of my favorite go-to pairings. There are cultures that specialize in appetizers like the tapas of Spain or day-long barbecues of Brazil. There are also special occasions like holiday parties or sports events that invite the act of noble grazing. The idea of noble grazing involves enjoying great beer with excellent food, but a little at a time to prolong the experience and the conversation. After all, this isn't just about food or the beer. It's about creating something memorable with people you love. Just remember, There's a world of craft and culture found in every beer. Your glass awaits.